is Jonathan Smith. I'm 33 years old and I live in New York City. I knew I was gay since as soon as middle school. There was never a point where I thought I was straight. So middle school, high school, college, a few years after college, I was in the closet and I knew I was gay. And the whole time I thought that if I ever came out, I would lose all my family, I would lose all my friends, they would turn their backs on me. I would have to be relegated to a life out in San Francisco wearing assless chaps all day long and having none of the friends that I grew up with and having none of the family that I grew up with. So I think that's why I waited until I was 24 to come out to anybody, to come out to my parents. And after that I came out gradually to friends and family. And I can honestly say that after I came out, my life was 100 times better than when I was in the closet. And I can't believe now how long I waited to come out. It was so, I think, God, I was so stupid to wait so long because my life is so much better now that I'm out and I'm not living in shame and secrecy, and I don't have the constant anxiety of trying to hide who I am, trying to figure out how do I answer the question or not answer a question about girls, because in a way that won't out me as not interested in girls and all that craziness. And now I don't have to worry about that at all, and I can just live in peace, and it's amazing. So after college, I lived in Japan for 4 years and still wasn't really out to much of anybody at that time in college or once I got to Japan. But by around my second or third year, I was 24, my mom came to visit and we were having dinner at a restaurant. And it was sort of a weird situation. I think we sort of got into like deep conversations, and the whole conversation started off oddly because we got our towels to eat the food, and before we opened the towels, it was like wrapped in plastic, and we opened the plastic and unrolled the towels, and my mom's had a pubic hair on it for some reason. Somehow there's a pubic hair stuck on the towel, so I think that sort of set us off in a weird space. And then eventually I'm talking to my mom, and I'm talking to her in Spanish. My mom's from Cuba, and I guess I'm sort of gesturing and stuff, and at one point I sort of gesture and I go like this, not intentionally, but it just sort of happens. And my mom tells me, "Oh, don't do that, it makes you look like a maricon." So don't do that, it makes you look like a faggot. So at that instant I tell her, "No, actually Mom, I'm gay." So after that we talk about it, we go back to my apartment, we have a big fight. She tells me, "Oh, this is an American thing, we don't do that stuff in Cuba, or this is it's gonna have such a hard life, why are you choosing this, yada yada yada." So eventually my mom goes back home. About a year later, she comes back, she visits again. This time she brings with her a newspaper article about people who identify as asexuals, and she tries to convince me that I'm an asexual because I never dated anybody growing up. And I had to tell her, "No, actually I know what I am, I'm not asexual, I'm gay, thank you very much." We probably had a fight. And then my mom went back, so it took her about 2 years to finally accept that I was gay. Meanwhile, after that, about a year after our first instance, my dad came to Japan. And at that point, I didn't really know if my mom had told my dad that I had come out to her yet or not. But anyway, my dad, the last day there, he's in my apartment, he's searching on Google. Apparently, while he's searching on Google, I guess he's searching for Tokyo or something, and it auto-completes to Tokyo Gay and Lesbian Film Festival. So my dad then goes up to me and asks me, "Hey, is there something you want to tell me? I was on your computer and this happened." And I'm like, "Yeah, Dad, I'm gay." And he was totally fine with it. He was like, "We love you for whoever you are, whoever you love as well." And we hugged, and then I let my dad go back to the States. So that's how I came out to my parents.